Okay, so this is task 3 of the assignment for Amy. And for this assignment, I chose to base it around a game and that game is Overwatch. Something I heavily played in high school when I first got my PS4, but not too much in college because I sure am doing all the work I'm yet to be given within a healthy amount of time, like I've done with this assignment as well. Definitely. Now, Overwatch is a team-based game, 6 aside, both fighting to win and be the other team and be victorious. Sounds easy and simple? Well, it's not. There is a range of characters to choose from, up to 32 with its newest release being Echo, and those 32 characters come in categories with those, 32 characters, being split into 3 roles: tank, the ones that take all the damage and soak everything; damage, those who support, those are supposed to do and dish out the damage; and the healers, the ones that are supposed to aid and heal their team. Characters in this category, and yeah, as I was saying, heal their team. Okay, now I've explained the bare bones of this game, and it's time to actually do what the assignment asked for, and that's critically analyze the effects and causes of this and that it has on the audience. Now, we're going to start off with the hypodermic needle theory. Now, the hypodermic needle theory is a theory that media injects thoughts into our brains to push us to believe without them telling us to think that way directly. So if a corrupt media production wants you to hate something, they won't tell you that, they won't directly say to you, you should hate this thing, but use certain ways to make you think that you should hate that thing towards passive audiences. Well, passive audiences. Well, aggressive audiences will maybe question it. In Overwatch's case, there is a lot of ways that they make you think because of they have 32 characters, and those 32 characters have a story that you will think that you would have a select opinion on. Like Tracer, in this case, we don't get told that she's loud, cheery, and annoying. We all make that assumption for ourselves. With Doomfist, another character, we don't get told he's a scary man that is a pain to deal with. We all have that opinion about him, and so on. Or how about this guy, Reinhardt? A big guy with a hammer but with a heart of gold. Again, the people that made Overwatch didn't tell us that he has a heart of gold. We all made that assumption because the game sets us to make us make that assumption without them telling us directly. Uses of gratification. The audience plays Overwatch to be entertained. Now, how the game entertains the viewer with its mildly repeated games that are different from what characters each team now uses. Now, some may argue that this game may get boring, or if that is the case, then audiences can just switch characters for a different playstyle. Let's say you're getting bored playing, Call of Duty Man, which is also called Shogun 76, which is the soldier of the game. Then play Hammond, swinging around and being the ball. This game has variety, and you can change the pacing of your playstyle at will, and that's why its player base is so high, because of the variety. The game is considered as entertainment and an escape from reality, as it is made to spark joy in consumers with the use of sound effects and visuals to make the consumer feel accomplished and entertained from playing the game. It is an escape from reality as the game and the way it plays is very fictional and unrealistic, and a lot of people like myself use it to escape the real life. And in my case, it was GCSE. I used it to escape GCSEs. The game can also be known as using personal identity within its own characters to bring audiences and as if they saw a character that was similar to their personality. As you know, if you see a character like similar to your personality or like having similarities as you are more urged to buy that game as well, because it reminds you of yourself. Which is another hole which is another plot hole that I feel is, which is another hole, that I feel like I fell for when I actually got this game as well. As I said before, you have Tracer. Tracer's quirky and annoying, with a backstory of being a pilot and getting her powers from a flight gone wrong and having trouble staying in the same time space until her friend helped her, making her semi-normal, with some side effects. And people that see themselves as quirky and annoying will also want to play as her. Or, well, let's take another character into example. Doomfist, a person that is seen as strong and violent that causes havoc, being the leader of an evil organization called Talon, and calling the shots because he is one of those people that just want to watch the world burn. Okay, that's a bit weird if you put yourself as that. Or even you could take interest. Hammond, a hamster that drives a gerbil, not German, a gerbil ball. Is it gerbil ball? A hamster ball? Is he a hamster? I don't know. He drives a ball, okay. Basically, he drives a ball modified into a wrecking ball that shoves people around, being genetically modified in a space station on the moon, and having to escape to Earth with an escape pod, which he also fortified or modified into a now giant wrecking ball. Because, he might be that type of person in life. Who knows? What I'm trying to say is that these playstyles and stories behind the characters bring the audience and viewer in to play. Because if these characters had no story, no personality, and the only thing that justifies these people were just a person standing right behind a gun, then it would never really excite the viewer or bring as much people as it did into this game. Now onto reception theory. Reception theory is a theory that there is a deeper meaning to what some people think is normal. So if a piece of media is opinionated and biased, then passive audiences will just accept the information given. Like if I said chocolate milk is bad because it actually comes from chickens, which obviously it doesn't, then passive audiences would just take that in and not question it. Now the reciprocation theory in Overwatch is accepting the law behind each character and piece of the story. So there's this character, I'm going to use an example. His name's Genji. You might have heard of him from popular TikToks.
I'm already Genji.
He's a Japanese cyborg ninja assassin that uses shurikens and swords to fight and uses the work of dragons to help him. Now, passive audiences would just eat this information up and not really care or question this, but active audiences would question Overwatch about this because it might imply, from Overwatch's point of view, that all Japanese people now use shurikens and swords and martial arts and stuff as it's their heritage, and some reason Genji doesn't use an actual gun like most characters in the game, portraying that Overwatch thinks what Overwatch thinks and makes them seem kind of racist, which obviously I don't think, but some people out there do. On this statement, or another statement is Tracer.
Tracer.
Again from a famous TikTok. Now, Tracer is a British woman who was involved in a plane accident gone wrong. Passive audiences would again just accept this and eat it all up, but I just got a message. The college group chat. But active listeners, would argue that Overwatch portrays British people as annoying and a handful, and they all talk with a very posh and hard British accent. And they say this because Tracer represents the Britishness of just England in the game, and also with Genji as he represents the Japanese in this game. And that is why active audiences question this, because not all Japanese and British people are like that, on what I just listed, and invoke stereotypes from the ethnicities of the characters. And remember, this is for like all 32 characters. Well, not all of them, but most of them. So you get why this comes around and stuff. And that is the end of this this assignment. I thought I would switch up a bit. I didn't really work in my favour because the phone that I'm using just is full of storage, and I just kept having to cut through, and everyone keeps messing the group chat for once. Only when I want to do my assignment, of course. Anyway, see you later, Amy.